Today, I want to talk about something that has been bothering me, and it is this insane rebirth of the word cringe. And I really thought that this word was out of commission. Like, I didn't think anyone was still saying it, especially high schoolers. I thought they would think that saying the word cringe would be cringe because I think it's a millennial word. Like, I don't even remember using it that much. But the way that it has just resurged, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it never left, but I'm not appreciating how much it has been used. And I'll give you like one of the instances that really annoyed me. I think we were in this room that's meant for like teenagers, middle schoolers at the job that I currently work at. And the whole thing was that they were just supposed to kill time until lunch. And we were supposed to watch a movie. That was the suggestion that I had. So I'm sitting there looking through all these fantastic movies, and I'm a huge movie person, and they're all great. They're all amazing. I've seen more movies than any of these girls because of just me being older and just like loving movies. And I'm giving them some suggestions, but every time I would click on a new movie, not click on it, but like browse on top of it, all the girls were like, ew, no, that's cringe, ew. I'm like, have you seen it? No. Okay, so we are judging a book by its cover. There's a lot of lessons to be learned here, like just in terms of how disgusted they sounded. And it can sometimes be fueled by the amount of people in a room when girls or just friends in general start being really icky and mean just to kind of either get a laugh or get the attention or just like seem like the coolest person in the room, like the leader. But it was getting us nowhere. We were going around in circles, clicking on these movies, browsing over them, and nobody wanted to see anything because everything was too cringe. Everything was too gross. Everything was too ill. And I was like, this one's really fun. I think it's really good. I think there's some award winners in here, and they don't get that, right? But it's the way that irked my soul, and I'm like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me specifically that this is bothering me so much? And I just didn't appreciate the attitude. But I really noticed around that whole camp and around girls speaking how much cringe was being brought up. Like, no one wanted to do the talent show. Nobody wanted to kind of just try to do anything. I wrote some notes because like this is a real thing, and I think that it's so sad because I mean, it's been a long time since I've been in high school, but I've been in high school, like I've been around. So I'm sitting here trying to understand why these girls have such a problem with existing, such a problem with trying, such a problem with fun. Like, I don't want to be the one to say, oh, you hate fun, but like, you low-key do, because that's the problem with me. Like, when I feel like someone's giving me attitude, I give it right back, and it's never, it's never great to be doing that with someone who is much younger than you. But I think the biggest problem with girls who think that things are cringe, boys too, but I was working with girls this summer, they think everything is cringe, and no one can do anything. No one can have any fun. No one can like wear anything. No, like and it's just like, oh, ignore them. Just like do your own thing, ignore them. Where are my notes? Where are my notes? Do your own thing, ignore them, blah blah blah. But at the same time, did I write it here or did I write it somewhere else? Like, where? Oh, got it. Okay, these are the kids who think Spirit Week is cringe. They think theater is cringe. They think starting your own TikTok channel is cringe. Your own YouTube is cringe. Like, if they see you trying, they want to shoot that down immediately. These are the kids who are just so bothered and threatened by you wanting to do something that isn't the norm, that isn't the staying quiet, that isn't falling behind, trying. And I saw this so much. Like, I remember a cousin of mine, oh my god, this would irk me, and I was recently on a trip and I came back and I was telling them about this trip, like, oh, I stayed at a friend's house, and their brother had just gotten into Yale, and their bedroom was full of books. Like, the walls were lined with books. It was incredible. And they were currently like at Yale, and it was insane. And I remember telling them about it, like, isn't that crazy? I don't even know anyone from Yale. That's such an amazing achievement. And I remember my cousin, who was in high school at the time, just saying, wow, that's so lame. Like, what a try hard. Like, and I was just shocked. I couldn't imagine anyone thinking this achievement would be anything less than amazing. Like, cause it's so amazing. And for him to respond that way really just like, it made me upset, and I'm like, why is this bothering me so much? Truthfully, it's bothering me because it's wrong. It's like, it's so wrong that like you are perceiving this and handling this in such a like, it's not even negative. It's such an like the opposing way. You want this to mean nothing because to you things meaning nothing is much easier to digest. It's easier to process. Like it is making your achievements. It is giving such insecurity, and I don't think they realize that. Like you sound so I don't even know they understand the process. I don't think they understand what insecure is. So for me to say like, wow, you sound really insecure by saying that, I don't know if they're entirely getting what that means. Like, no, I don't, blah, blah, blah. It's just a whole lot of I don't care. I don't care. I don't care has to be like the worst thing ever to hear, especially as an educator, someone around kids, when you're trying to tell them something, when you're telling them why things matter and they respond with I don't care. And like good for them, I don't care. Like, you know, it's like I can't make you care. And it's giving you care a lot actually. But they're not perceiving that. So who are these people? Who are these kids? Who are these people who are just kind of dogging down, raining on people's parades, not wanting to try? And it's the kids that want to look cool. It's the kids who want to stay in this bubble where they feel like safety is nothing. Like safety is doing no work at all. Safety is not stepping out of the zone, not, you know, staying on trend, but staying behind, like staying in the shadows, where they have this right to exist, and they know everyone has a right to exist, but no one has a right to try. No one has a right to look goofy. No one has a right to like fall in front of them. It's definitely the kids on the bleachers, the kids in the stand who would much rather safely, like it's you know what it is? It's the keyboard warriors. Is that what you call it? It's people who feel much more comfortable giving insults from behind a computer screen than actually, you know, doing that to someone's face or actually doing the thing that they're insulting. So they feel really comfortable coming for someone's looks, coming for someone's abilities or skills from a distance. They themselves are not going to do that. They're not going to try. They're not going to put themselves in a position where anyone will also critique them because they are that way. They understand people will critique me the same way that I critique them. And I'm not going to let that happen. So they stay behind. They don't do it. They don't participate. They're in the bleachers. So, less kids are participating because of this. We have less kids in sports, less kids wanting to do theater, less kids wanting to do anything. Try in school even. Like it's truly just sad, but I don't even think it's new. I think this has been happening for generations. It's easier to laugh at someone than to be the one being laughed at. It is far easier to do that, and that's so boring. It's so boring, and I can't. And sometimes when you tell a kid something like that, like, wow, this whole thing you have going on, this whole like ew thing that you have is so boring and predictable, and like just it's just boring. That takes them. They don't want to be boring. They want to be nothing. And because being boring is something, and it is a negative thing. So and truly, is saying someone is boring an insult? It definitely is. But it's like this attitude that you've chosen, because I don't think this is truly who they are, because like these are definitely things that you learn, things that you like react to. I'm like, this behavior, this persona that you have chosen to be is boring. It is so predictable, and it is so like not getting you anywhere, not doing any favors. It is definitely the people who are trying, the people who are out there, who we look at and who we comment on. Those are the ones who are like doing it. I refuse to be, and there are some kids who refuse to be a commenter. There are some kids who are like, I need to do something out of this because I'm going insane, because it is boring. Like I need to get out of the box. I need to be on the stage. I need to try something. I need to create a club. I need to reach, you know, the Ivy League or the Olympics, whatever they're trying to do, or they're starting off and maybe they're falling, and maybe they're failing at their sport or at whatever they're choosing to do, and you are making fun of them and you are calling them cringe for it. That's wrap it around. It's boring. It is so boring. Where are your stories? What have you, like, what can you tell me in the last 14 days has been anything of your life? Like, what, like, let's really think here. It's truly sad, and it is a defense mechanism. So I want to know where that comes from. It is very insecure behavior. It's a defense mechanism, so we know it's coming from something, and it can come from other kids having done that. You were never encouraged, perhaps, to try. You were never encouraged to go out there and do something for yourself. You were always told what to do, and if anyone fell out of line, it was embarrassing to you. and you saw the Snickers, you saw all that, and you were like, that could never be me. I'm gonna stay safe. And you can't blame someone for wanting to stay safe. You can't. But you can blame them for their attitude towards others. You can blame them for how they treat others and how they speak about others. You gotta cut that out. You can stay in the shadows all you want. Stay there if that is what you desire and that is what's gonna make you feel safest. Fine. Leave other people out of it. Okay? You are either going to support or you're gonna keep your mouth shut. And you can comment on people all you want, but the truth of the matter is, when you are deciding to do that publicly, when you are deciding to put other people down in front of them, in front of your little friends, that is when I have an issue. Online, I don't understand people who send hate comments online. Like, that is so... I don't think I've ever done it. I've never done that. Oh. Sorry, I just got a comment. I'm really excited. Anyway, okay. I think that's all I have to say, really. And I just want you to know, this video was for the people who say everything is cringe. This is not for the people who are cringe. This is for people who say everything is cringe. It is something to get over. It is something that you need to, like, step across, because it is quite embarrassing to see that. To see someone calling someone else cringe, and they themselves haven't done a thing in their life, haven't accomplished anything, haven't tried they haven't tried. They don't know. They just don't know. It's like, oh, you don't understand. You don't understand how hard that is. You don't understand what it takes because you haven't tried. And when you try, and if you fail and you decide to run back to the shadows and continue to call the other people cringe, you know, I can at least support you in your attempt. I can at least support you in your trying. But I can't do that if you were sitting on the ground throwing rocks at people who are running the marathon, you know? In 10 years, they're having the stories. They're having especially in high school, the resume, you know? When kids are trying with their fashion and maybe they're not always successful, you know, they're discovering themselves. When someone is trying with their hair, when someone is trying with their job or their academics, when someone is genuinely trying, I have to have respect. And that's what needs to be taught, I think. Respect. Like, respect. You're doing that. And we need to bring that back. People used to say that a lot. And some people still do. But, oh, wow, you're doing that? Respect. You're doing that? Respect. Ooh, you built this PC by yourself? Or you tried to build this PC? Respect. Respect. Oh, you made that? Respect. Like, I'm going to try to bring that back. Because that's fun. I think people still say it. But I don't hear it that often. Because the truth is, like, I could never attempt it. Or I could not have gotten as far as you got. Respect. So if someone looks at, like, I think maybe this topic matters to me because I try a lot. I've tried a lot of things. And I try to go all the way. And I think that in my consistency, I've learned to ignore the haters or the people who call me cringe, or I just drown them out. But I worry sometimes, even if someone doesn't say it to my face. I have a beautiful community. I love you guys. But I'm always thinking about the people who are looking at my numbers or like, wow, she barely has any views. That's cringe, you know? I always think about that. And I'm even though I'm not hearing it, thank God, because it really does hurt the spirit. But like, even if I'm not hearing it, I think that there's a healthy amount of that going around. And people I know, people I don't know. And, you know, that can be embarrassing. That can feel really shameful. And you want to stop and hide. But I can't. I'm consistent. I believe in what I've seen and what the future holds. And I can't have that if I stop. I can't have that if someone calling me cringe or the thought of someone calling me cringe leaves me in my tracks. I released a book. And truthfully, I haven't even checked how it's doing. But I released a book and and the whole process felt so, I'll say it, cringe to me. But because I'm like, dang, I'm like really writing a book right now. I'm like it felt so silly. And that's the word I kept using with my editor. I was like, I feel so silly because I'm writing something and I'm trying and I'm putting something out there. And it just feels like, oh, here comes another person doing a thing. But you know, it's a dream and and I want to say that I'm quite good at it and it matters. So yeah, all art is cringe and all art matters. And to be cringe is to be free, as Sophia from Cat's Eye once said. I don't know where she got it though. But yeah, me doing this YouTube, it can be considered cringe, but that's okay. All right, that's everything. Ta-da!